commend your efforts, and thank you for all you're doing. We highly appreciate that. And also to our gallant men on ground, we thank them and we pray for them always. And by the grace of God, our leader will be out. So my question goes this way. As regards to the sealed shops, I wanted to know if there is an update about the shops of our people. Have they, unsealed it or no? Thank you.
Please, if you hear your mic open again, I'm gonna remove you right now.
Okay. Just as the Prime Minister said, we have not gotten update, and since we have not gotten update of harassment of anybody opening his shop, it means the ceiling is empty. So, except if there is any update or any report coming from there, then we can react. But for now, it is an empty threat. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chichi. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Affordile, please unmute your mic and come with your question, please.
Okay, good evening, Prime Minister Major Bagu, one of the African. I greet you especially from my location and all BIAFRANS on the space. Please, my question is based on the 2-week sit at home coming up and the proposed palliative for our people. And then I have a concern about how this palliative is going to get to our people, because the terrorists might decide to use it to track some of our people who would be distributing these palliatives, and it's really a concern to me. How are they going to be protected, like their identity, and how is this palliative going to be distributed so that they will be safe, both the people giving to and the people giving to them?
Thank you very much. Like you said, you don't need to be asking that question and at the same time feeling security concern. And they want me to tell you how we're going to share the palliative. Palliative is already being shared, and people are getting it. So if you have not gotten to your own side, you wait, you're going to get to your own side. It's already being shared. And the modus of the power of operandi we are using to share it remains secret, just because of the security concern you mentioned. So we are taking very cognizance of those security issues, and so we'll apply, the best way possible to share those palliative. People are getting their palliative already. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That's why we believe in you and we trust you that you are going to take us to that promised land. God bless you.
Bless you too.
Thank you for the delay. Thank you very much. Success, you want to come up?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, Success. Thank you. All right, Obi Biafra. Obi Biafra, please unmute yourself, and it's just for 2 minutes, please.
Hello.
Go ahead. Your voice is clear. Just go ahead, please.
Thank you. My brother Simon, greetings to you. I have one question to ask. My question goes like this. Our Biafra government in exile office that is in Tanzania, when it will start working, are we going to, like for us in Africa, in East Africa, are we going to go to Tanzania and get our ID, or we are going to request it online? That's my question.
You are going to request your ID online if you have an ID in your country of residence. We are, we are now, we have embarked on more of an innovative way of identifying Biafrans all over the world. So the application for the ID is going to be completely online. We're going to use what we call face recognition. Recognition is being powered by one of the world's most trusted and reliable digital verification company. that Biafra government has contracted. So it's going to be one of the state-of-the-art technology to identify who are. So you don't need to go to the Tanzania as an office. But if you do not have a valid residence card or residence permit or ID that shows you are a Biafran, that is when you are now go to office for your personal identification, fingerprinting, and whatever they have to offer in that particular license office. So do not worry if you have a valid ID card that shows that you are a Biafran in the country of your residence. Of course, there are different ways of verification. It is going to be processed on individual basis. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I have one more question again. Like for me now, I'm from Omambala, which is our capital is Onitsha. So I want to ask this question. When Biafra come, are we going to be doing this thing they are doing in Nigeria, where they have a prison where big man stay different and the prison where poor people stay different? So can you clear? Let me know.
We are not going to have any different prison like that categories. We are going to have categories of crimes and the place to serve. So if you rape our women, you are going to stay in a more, a little bit different prison. If you do drugs and you are being investigated for drug crime, you are going to be in investigative prison until your case is finalized. And when finalized, you are going to be into a specific prison. If you commit murder, you are also going to be staying in a different prison. So we have this kind of, we're going to have this kind of system that differentiates by crime, not by class. So if you commit hard crime, you go to hard prison, where you are, especially those raping children, raping our small girls. If you found guilty and get sentenced, you're going to go to a prison where they will use fork and open your ass. Thank you. Yes.
We do it.
Every morning. You never go to toilet again.
All right, thank you, my brother. God bless you. God bless you. I pray for you every day, my brother. Thank you so much. I pray you will lead us to the land of Biafra. Thank you, sir.
See. Thank you very much. With that first question, Biafrans, you can imagine what you expect in Biafra. A modern technology, even more than Singapore. I'm telling you, we have the state of the and the best coming for Biafra. I can't wait to be there. Thank you, Obi. Please, you can just step down and allow other people to come up. Annie, for freedom, unmute yourself and make your 2 minutes count. Annie, for freedom. Okay, it's like his network just threw him out. Dinho Chimaubi Clinton, your 2 minutes begins now, please. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, good evening, my Honorable Prime Minister. I don't know if I'm coming out loud.
You're coming clear. Go ahead.
All right. Please. I'm speaking from Biafra land and English precisely. I will ask or probably pass an information. Because I think election has been going on in my side, maybe Kedru, and the campaign has been going on, Syria campaign. So I don't know what we are doing about it, because I think as far as I'm concerned, we have rejected Nigeria, and then we have nothing to do with Nigeria anymore. So what are we going to do with the campaigns going on in Biafra land? Imo State precisely. So I need them to be clear more on that. Or is election allowed in Biafra land? Please, I need to be clear. Thank you.
If you agree that we have rejected Nigeria and the election, I don't know why you are concerned about people carrying a placard up and down as like a mad people. So we don't have anything with them. They don't. We don't allow Nigeria to conduct election in Biafra land. So if you know all this, you don't need to worry about people carrying placard. I'm not aware of that, and we're not interested. Thank you.
Thank you, my PM. Thank you so much. And please, you let us be raising our hands. Let me use my discretion to pick the lady I see here, Lolo. Lolo,
I'm just wondering why people are not paying attention to the fact that Mba collected 16 billion naira in the month of June, and then collected the total of 22.1 billion naira in the month of July. And there is no project, no single project. Why is nobody interested in that? Your own state, if you are not in Enugu state, has collected even bigger than what Mba collected. What project are they doing with it? Or it's just about sit at home? Can you ask yourself, what project has your governor done for the past 2 months? Mba collected 16 billion plus 22.1 billion. So if you have a larger number of people in your state, you may have collected, your own governor may have collected even more than what Mba have collected. What has he done? What have your state governor done in the last 2 months? What project has your state governor done? They don't love you. This is what I want us to be discussing here, not every time coming here to tell me another governor, another election is coming, somebody is carrying this. Look at a question that is just standing before you. Problem, they are shouting, sit at home, sit at home. Igbo economy. This Igbo economy, they are collecting billions every month. What are they doing with it? Thank you.
Thank you, my PM. Please let us, those that really have this concern of this, the title should be more of the people requesting to come up to ask questions based on this topic. Because this Mba, we are, remember the water is on Enugu right now. Enugu has become the epicenter of our sit at home, and our questions should center on this place. Nobody has raised up hand yet. I wonder why. And I was trying to give you microphone, Lolo. Norma Ekberima, are you willing? Do you want to ask a question based on this? Unmute yourself. Okay, Lolo, you're not speaking. I want to ask. I'm going to remove you and allow someone else. Win-win. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay. Good evening, my PM. Thank you for coming around. I have 3 questions here. Number 1 is these people, because I heard you mentioned names of these killers, and it happens to be like I know one of them because I am from Enugu. Now, my question is, if Biafra comes, these people, is there any law
when Biafra comes, not if, when?
Okay, sorry. When Biafra comes, because definitely it's coming, is there any law that is going to probably, if you have ever contested for any position or have ever tried to be in a position in Nigeria, is there any law that is going to keep them one place, charging them, to probably for killing their people? That's number 1 question. Then the second one is, okay, let me leave. Is a security issue. Let me leave second one.
Anybody that have participated in killing Biafrans will face Biafra law, and we are compiling their names.
Well, that was a very quick one for you, Win. Win. I'm sure you're good with that. Gives a respect sign. Carlson, can you please ask a question if you have? Carlson.
Hello.
Nothing. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. I see your speaker is open since, and you're not saying anything. Go ahead. You need to get close to speaker. Let's go with it's me again. Please unmute yourself.
Up here, I must say good evening from this place. We are moving on the right direction from all indication. But I must ask, at what point will the referendum be taken out of the table? At what point are we not talking about negotiation again? Or I want you to tell us at what point will the referendum go out of the table, or has it left the table already?
I don't understand your question. What do you mean? How do you mean left the table?
Left the table.
Like, is there any room for negotiation at this point, at the stage we are now? Is there any further room for
Negotiation
negotiation?
for what?
For what?
For Biafran referendum or Mazen Nnamdi Kanu release from the way things are going? Because the governors are making us to understand that they are talking about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Our PM is telling us they are not actually talking about him. And since nobody can trust anybody, what are we embraced at?
We cannot talk about negotiation where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in the dungeon. Okay, that is number one. So if we want to go into negotiation, he must be part of us in the negotiation. He must be part of sitting in the table. Go into any negotiation with anybody. Now, what are we negotiating about? What exactly are we going to negotiate about? I know how many times they have tried to reach me to negotiate and I have turned them down. I said, I'm not interested to negotiate. Why would you want to negotiate with me? When you have somebody that you can negotiate with in Nigeria, you left the person and looking for who to negotiate with in Finland. Does it make sense? So if you want to negotiate, go and negotiate with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as a free man. And then we can listen to whatever you have. For now, we are not interested in any negotiation while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in the dungeon. I think that answers your question. While we move ahead while we forge ahead with our Biafra, because that is the reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being incarcerated today. So we are not going to turn turn away from that Biafra liberation. We will continue to make it, the priority of what we are doing. Because what they try is to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and turn us away from Biafra and start fighting for his release. So now we are fighting in all angles. We are fighting for the release. We are fighting for Biafra with the same momentum. So we are not losing grip on fighting for him. We are not also losing grip on fighting for Biafra. That's why we are winning this war. So when other people who have sold out will be telling you, leave Biafra first, release Onyendu, that is the word of the people that have sold out. Those who have nothing to offer. They will tell you to forget Biafra and fight for Onyendu. Why would you forget Biafra and fight for Onyendu? Onyendu was kidnapped because of Biafra. So we are going to make sure that the momentum is in equal balance. To slide a bit on the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we are not also going to slide a bit on the demand for the Biafra liberation and the freedom and the referendum of Biafra. And that's why we are having, in case you are not aware, we are having what we call the self-referendum convention in Finland in October this year. It is going to be a massive one. And it is going to be in a place that is like a hallowed chamber, a very respected venue in Finland. That's where Biafrans are going to have their first ever convention on self-referendum. So it is going to be one thing that is going to make history in the Biafra liberation. So everybody should watch out for the Biafra first ever convention in Finland in October 2023. There we are going to go through the process of the self-referendum. Many speakers will come, experts will come to lecture those that will be in attendance to know how the Biafra will conduct a self-referendum, what we expect, how it is going to end, and how it's going to go. And then also, we may have the privilege to know some of the secret, especially those, the cabinet members. We are going to have some lectures to have the privilege to know what to expect at every given point in time. Thank you.
Yes, happy and well responded. But I want to ask, there is a narrative going on in Nigeria. The media are saying, given your stronghold in Biafran land, given when I say you, I'm talking about the Biafran government in exile, their stronghold in Biafran land. There is a narrative going on that Mazin Nnamdi does no longer have command over the Biafran people. So whether releasing him will be very irrelevant because he can no longer command the level of command he was commanding, because he will be at odds with the Biafran government in exile that will further exacerbate an already tense situation. So what is the real situation?
That is complete fantasy, and I will tell you that it is not their problem. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am under him, and I believe when you talk about the Biafra government in exile, you are talking about me and the cabinet. So if I agree, platform today and the numerous platforms that I remain under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't think any other person have anything to doubt about that, except you want to just deceive yourself and continue to remain in denial. So once it come out, he will be ignorant. Let them release him and put me in doubt, or dispute what I'm claiming here. So if you come out now today, I will say this is what I've done, this is what I've done, this is where we are. How do we move forward? So don't listen to those people who want to sell the narrative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot control the situation again and blah blah blah. Let them release him first and know whether he will control the situation or not. Thank you.
Yes, PM. You have consistently talked about referendum, either United Nations orchestrated referendum or self-referendum, which you have actually announced a date for a convention in Finland, October 2023. But in all this, you are not putting Nigerian constitution into perspective.
Nigeria does not have constitution. Nigeria does not have constitution. Which constitution do you want me to put into perspective? What I'm putting into perspective is the African Charter and all those treaties that you have in the AU, West Africa and all that. I'm not putting Nigeria constitution into consideration. It doesn't exist. Is it not the same constitution that released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and is still there in danger? Is it not the same constitution that made you to lose your palliative during the COVID-19? Is it not the same constitution that made you to lose the money they borrowed from China, they gave you zero? Is it not the constitution that made all those nonsense you are going through today? So no, I'm not considering Nigeria constitution. It does not exist. What I'm considering is those international treaties that Nigeria signed into, Nigeria were signatory to, which give us the right to self-determination and the right to also the government of the Biafra in exile to conduct elections. You know, some people don't understand what Biafra government, what government in exile mean and what they can do. Government in exile can conduct elections. So it is good that people actually do some research and have some knowledge about what we are doing. As a government today, we have the right under international law to conduct election. And that's what we're going to do. Go form a government. Government is legitimate. We have notified almost all the powerful countries in this world. We are legitimate in the United States, our head office and the administrative office in the United States. And we are everywhere in the world, opening liaison office here and there. So what people don't know is that government in exile have the right to control military. And that's what we are doing now. We have the Biafra Liberation Army. We have the Eastern Security Network. The government in exile have the right to inform a political party. They have the right to conduct election. And we are doing it. So people don't know what we are doing. When we are going to be ready for this self-referendum, if we invite the United Nations, it is left for them to come or not to come. Whoever we invite, if they like, they should come. If they don't like, they don't come. But I'm going to tell you that if they don't come, we're going to have our referendum, publish the result, and then declare Biafra.
Thank you. Thank you.
You spoke about
it's me again. Thank you. One more question so that we'll have other questions. You are asking questions. Good. One more question, please.
Yeah, you talked about Ifeanyi Uba showing something for his constituency. And today we have Peter Uba, Peter Mba, having a lot of money in just 2 months. Most of us, our worry is not about Peter Mba having a lot of money in 2 months. We have the likes of Soludo, Hopus Odema that have been there for years. And Biafran land is like this. Only this money can fix everything. But my question goes, does all the senators in the Biafran land have a particular allocation for constituency projects, like you mentioned on the case of Ifeanyi Uba, so that we know where we channel our agitations to?
Can you come again with your question? I don't understand.
Did you hear that? It's me again. Repeat your question, please. The last question.
Is he there? I can't hear him again.
Repeat
I
your
think he's
question.
having challenges with his network.
No, calls are coming. I have to drop you the mic here and
No,
continue next time. Thank you, sir.
no, come back with that last question before you leave.
Okay. The last question goes like this. We have seen the allocation that went to Peter Mba for in just 2 months, 16 billion naira. But our concerns are not even Peter
Not
Mba.
just 16 billion. 16 billion plus 22.1 billion.
Wow. Our concern is not just Peter Mba. Seeing the deplorable nation of
They
Biafra.
won't allow him ask these questions.
If this kind of money comes to Peter Mba in 2 months, what is Soludo getting? What is, and if you see Anambra Road.
All right. I think this is not a question. This is just concern. So the point is that Itamba in 2 months has gotten 38.1 billion naira. 2 months, 38.1 billion. There is no single project. Ukunwanyi Yoruba is taking all the money. He is using Yoruba people to steal Biafra money and bank it in London and bank it in Lagos and the other part of Nigeria, or other part of the world. He doesn't employ any Biafra. He doesn't employ the Igbo people in Enugu state. The key positions were given to Yorubas. If you go to Enugu today, you find out that his security aid everybody, they are all Fulanese. This is what people don't know. Because he don't trust Ndi Igbo. This is a man who is shouting Igbo economy. He doesn't trust Ndi Igbo. He doesn't trust Enugu people who voted for him. He's giving appointments to his girlfriends, dragged the woman from London, separated the woman from the husband, and then begin to appoint other Yoruba people and against Ndi Igbo. This is what Peter Mba has done. If you doubt me, go to Enugu today and check who and who is in charge of many. They are all Yorubas, both men and women. Both his security, his driver, none of them are Igbos. So why would somebody like that be telling you about Igbo economy, Igbo economy? He doesn't love Igbo. He has come to steal, to kill, to destroy. And we have come to stop him. Thank you.
Thank you, my PM. Please, if you are in the house, remember to raise your hands. I have only 2 hands raised. And we have Ekperima Emekus Emeka. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, good evening, Biafran. I'm speaking from Biafran land. I greet you, my PM, Mr. Simon Ekpa Njoko, Odogwoke. I don't know where we're not only. Yeah, before trying to open nowhere. Yeah, I want to greet Success and Raphael. Then I know it's me again. I know when they leave, it's me again. You would like to ask a lot of questions because I've always been listening to him and our PM. They always have a conversation. When you are listening to them, you cannot even say anything. So I've been waiting for long for you people to give me the mic. So Thank you again for being here with our PM, Mr. Simon Ekpa. This issue of Peter Mba being allocated 22 points, almost, let me just say 30 billion, because this is one we know. This same issue has been going on to the whole Biafran land entirely.
38.1 billion in 2 months. So let us,
Yes. This is the one. This is particular one our PM just told us. We have not even talked about the other illegitimate governors in the Biafran land. Now let's come to Peter Mba, because he wants to show himself. Now let's talk about him. Okay, Peter Mba organized the protest against the sit-at-home. Did he also tell those people that he organized for the sit-at-home how much he were paid for that? Because this sit-at-home was not just organized by him. He was asked to do that, and they allocated the money for him. Did he pay them that particular money that he was supposed to pay them, or is he just maybe giving them 2,000 naira, 3,000? Because our people are very foolish. Most of our people that are the educated ones, so those ones who call themselves educated ones, they are the most foolish people in the Biafran land. Even my mother at her age now knows what is sit-at-home and knows the benefit of sit-at-home and knows what she's going to benefit from that sit-at-home when Biafra comes, because she knows that yes, tomorrow is going to be good for her children. But yet, this educated idiot, this educated P2B, because most of them are all these in P2B, all these idiot people. They are the ones doing all these things. Because as now, sometimes our people used to say, they say that but this time around, most of them don't know anything. They will like that thing to happen to them like 10 times. They want to feel that same particular thing before they will know what to do. I pity them, because for most of them work under the Mba, the legitimate governor, so they don't have choice. They have to obey the command they gave to them. But now, what my question is now we have seen the evidence of this allocation given to Peter Mba. Mr. PM, sir, I have to ask a question. What measure are we taking to make sure that this man will lose all this money in time to come, in months coming? Because we cannot just leave him and embezzle this whole money to Yoruba, to the Oduduwas, because I believe that this money is going back to Oduduwas, because the Ukunwai that he kept in one place will be collecting this money, because whenever she commands him, he will do whatever she wants him. So I want to know, how are we going to get this money back from me? Because I believe that this sit-at-home cannot even solve this problem from this Oluwalemba. This money is too much. This money are meant for our youth and our mothers and our fathers who are farming to get loan for their farming. I'm from Enugu State. I know we plant rice a lot. I'm from Aneri West. We have enough land for rice. If assuming Biafra has come today, I know we are number one people that will be planting rice. Abakaleke will be learning from us. I'm sorry to say this. I'm from Aneri West. We have a lot of land for rice production, but nothing for us to help in this production of rice. But today, this idiot man Peter Mba is collecting a lot of this money. He is using it to propagate against our own self-referendum. We know what they are doing. They don't want us to see the self-referendum to come to, but we are going to shock them. The same thing that happened to this sit-at-home. Even these 2 weeks will shock him. Even him will sit at home too. In that 2 weeks time, he will run to Abuja to go and sit down there. He will soon join his brothers and sisters.
So your question is what are we going to do to him for this?
Yes, to get
so
this money back.
Let me answer. Let me address it so that other people will join, because you are not doing like the person you complain about. Right. So we are going to make sure that enough civil engineer deployed to Enugu State is going to repair and get tired of repairing. Thank you.
Very quick answer for you, and that was spot on. Thank you, my Prime Minister. And we have Emma Figo. Emma Figo, please, can you quickly ask your question? Please, as those of you that came in, you need to raise your hand, because if questions are asked and you don't raise your hand, I'll drop you and bring in. We have 43 people that are waiting to come in. Thank you, Emma Figo.
Good evening, all BIAFRANS. Good evening, my PM. Good evening, Pastor Ralph, aka Bam Bam Bam. Success. Good evening, everybody. And I'm not here to ask questions. I'm just here to tell my PM, well done for your effort towards this struggle. Because if not for you, man, I don't know where we would have been now. You understand? All of us here, we've been seeing how Nigeria is boiling from different places. You know, from the north, from the middle belt, even from the west. Because of your effort, the east has been preserved. Preserved in the sense of the calmness. The one idiot calling himself Pitamba, with all these allocations is just collected in 2 months. Nothing has been done with this allocation. No, all those people protesting now against it at home. Why are they not protesting for Nnamdi Kanu to be released? Man, I'm not an Igbo man, but I'm a Biafran. I'm from Akwa Ibom. I'm not happy at all with all these saboteurs and everything. If I have my ways, I'll be the only one to kill them with my hand. I appreciate you, PM. God will always bless your stand, to achieve this mission. And may God always be with all of you guys. That is frontline of peace, freedom.
Thank you very much. And we are giving a shout out to Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom has joined the sit at home, and it was a very good development. And I am pleased with Akwa Ibom people. I used to tell people that this is not a grigri thing, it is step. And today, Akwa Ibom have demonstrated that they are not just part of Biafra, but they are Biafrans, and they have they set at home, and it has started from there. From there, it is going to spread to all crannies of Biafra land, from A to Z, from the Hinter to the riverine, down to Lower Kogi, down to Lower Benue. So I thank those of you, Akwa Ibomites, for the wonderful job you have done to see that the sit at home has commenced in Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my PM. I appreciate your effort. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Ima. You're blessed. All right, we have Mercy Michael. Can you please unmute yourself and ask the PM your question?
Okay, good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom.
Your speaker is very low. Can you do something? Put off the one where you are watching us from, and the voice is double.
Am I coming out very well now?
Yeah, but you have to make sure you put off the other device that is on there.
There's none actually. I don't know, maybe it's my network. Well, if I'm coming out very well now.
Bring your question, please.
Okay. My Prime Minister, Your Excellency, good evening from here. Please, my question goes like this. There's a band our leader Onyendu place that Biafrans, those in Biafra land, can be contributing. What are you doing to lift, or was there any plan to lift that ban? That's my number one question, because at it is now, it's very, very imperative that everybody should be contributing. You can see the kind of amount, that 8-point-something billion naira that these guys are going to siphon outside Biafra land. Another thing is there anything that your government in exile can do to be intercepting this kind of fund, or create awareness in diaspora for international community to help us to stop these guys from doing this, because they are still putting Biafrans in Biafran land in abject poverty. It's very obvious they're not going to do anything with this money. So these are my questions, your PM. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And yes, the Biafra Liberation Tax, I've answered that question before. I don't know whether you were here then. We are going to lift that ban because of the phase we are now in the Biafra Liberation. So we are going to have what we call the Biafra Liberation Tax, which is already ongoing on the Biafra, on the IPOB USA website, at the same time, the Biafra Government in Exile website. So that particular Biafra liberation tax is going to also be applicable to people in Biafra land, and it is going to start as soon as the inauguration is done. The inauguration of the de facto government in the homeland will be done as soon as possible. So thank you.
So I'm sure you are good with the answer. Thank you very much, Mercy. Quickly, please come up with your question. Holy Ghost, unmute yourself and come with your question, please.
Good evening to His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Government in Exile, Mr. Simon Ekpa. Nekene mmadụ niile biko na-ewe ma na-asụ asụsụ be anyị. Is the moderation only on English?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. The Prime Minister understands you. Go ahead.
Okay. Nekene onye ọbụla na-asị ka Chukwu okike abịa ma gọzibe nchekwaba onye isi anyị nke anyị na-afụ anya kịta. And I can Chineke na
If you can, Holy Ghost, if you can speak in broken or English, we have a lot of foreigners here, friends of Biafra, and even security agencies, and probably we even have CIA here. So just speak English so that I can, hear what you're saying. Thank you.
Okay. Please unmute yourself because the noise was too much. Unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you very much for the privilege to communicate with our global family. I greet everybody, especially His Excellency, the Prime Minister. Actually, I don't have a question, but I brought to you all a song of praise to encourage His Excellency and all the department heads and everyone that has been fighting physically, spiritually, mentally, financially to make sure that the Biafran people regain our freedom from when or how or where it was stolen through the past generation. So I greet His Excellency and encourage him to never him quit. Let him know that many people will misunderstand him. Many people will disregard him. Many people will fight against him, even though they don't know the power behind him, because this is not just him. This is ancestors with him, within him, fighting for him, physically and spiritually. So nothing will happen to him, and I encourage him to secure himself. As God is saving us, so we shall also save ourselves. Let him be physically guided, security-wise. Let him not even miss one single step. Let him listen to his inner mind. The God that lives within us always directs us, if only we can listen to our spiritual mind. Let him be very cautious, and I will advise him to keep the momentum going. He has raised the flag of Biafra worldwide. I was talking to one of security agencies the other day, and I said, I praise and I worship Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in my own sense of reasoning, but what Simon Ekpa is doing is beyond human capacity, is beyond human comprehension. Like, so many people despise him because maybe of his background, where we come from. I'm from Ebonyi State, and they don't believe that any good thing can come out of that place. But look at him there, raising the flag. This is not being tribal, but I am saying that whoever that God has given that mantle through Onyendu, the person must continue and never give up, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the people behind him, when he will be gone, they are greater than people that are not even yet born. There are people that are not even yet born that will carry this fight, even if this generation fail Biafra. The next generation that will come will even be greater than Simon Ekpa. So my point is, let him not stop. Let him continue agitating freely doing it with diplomacy. Sometimes I know he's very furious and diplomatically aggressive. I love it. Let him not stop. The Nigerian government does not need peaceful people. If you are peaceful, they will ride on you. So I encourage all of you, keep up the momentum. If there is any help, we will continue providing funds, we will continue supporting, we will continue pushing every media aspect to make sure that this revolution or this evolution that is being led by Simon Ekpa now can never die, should never quench. Let everybody ignite their fire. Let it keep burning until the day we will sing the song of freedom at last. It happened, almost happened in the 60s. It will happen again. This time, it must come to pass because God is with us, and Biafra, Igbo, or whoever, however they call us, the Dot, however they call us, the Eastern people, Ndembo, Nkobana Borani, anyhow, we must go home and go home to our rightful land. So I encourage you all, and I thank God for your lives. May God keep blessing all of you until the day we achieve this mission. And it will not stop there. So I am encouraging His Excellency to multiply his effort in digital media. Let's say he's the only one doing everything before. Let it be multiplied. Let him open the applications for people to enroll, and enroll the good people, not the saboteurs that will get our informations and leak it out. Let him open the doors. There are so many of us that are looking for ways to assist digitally. Let him try. Let us start even online recruitment and people registering Biafran citizens all over the world. Let there be portal in the website where people can register, put in their credentials, so that we can even start counting before even whenever we're going to have our referendum. Whether it's going to be online, whether it's going to be physical, it must happen. So I encourage you all, and I pray that God Almighty will continue to bless and guide your footsteps, and you all will never slumber. You will never fall. You will forever remain glorious. Naha Chiuku Okekabiama. He say, thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much for that. And let me quickly correct you that I have come here to finish it. There is nothing like somebody coming after me or coming after this particular movement to finish it. We have come here. I am going to finish this Biafra fight, and Biafra will be restored.
Biafra will be restored. He say, thank you. He say,
Toya the finisher, and you will be correct. The finisher has come.
the finisher, the conqueror. God bless you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, we have more hands up. Let's take it from the top. I have Mazin Dubisi. You have your hands up, please. In a jiffy, bring your question. Mazin Dubisi.
Hello, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I greet you all. I salute you, my Prime Minister. You are doing a wonderful job. I have my question this evening, and it goes like this. Considering the fact that we have many saboteurs and we have experienced sabotage since the time of Odumegwu Ojukwu, in this moment, we are still being sabotaged with the recent developments of the collaborators of Nigeria, like Oluwalemba, Peter Obi, and just yesterday, I saw video of some jobless people protesting on the streets of Enugu, demanding that the situation should be ended. And we, as Biafra people, regard these people as saboteurs and the collaborators of Nigerian government in keeping our people in bondage. So my question is, when Biafra is restored, how are we going to deal with these people? Are we going to sentence them to death by law of Biafra government, or are we going to leave them like that? Because from history, I've read history, and after the World War II, France, they imprisoned the collaborators of the war against France. About more than 1,000 people of them were killed. because of their double standard or sabotage against France. And Israel also did it after the independence. They locked up at those that sabotage, those
Do you
traitors
remember?
that sabotage their efforts.
Do you
So,
remember which year? Do
what's
you remember which year France did that?
um, I think I don't remember again. But
Do you
France did
remember
it.
which year
Yes,
Israel
it,
did that?
after the World War II. Yeah, I've got
Okay.
to research more
I
about
have
it.
to let me remind you that we are now into the first century. Okay, everybody must not support your struggle. That's why we are going to have what we call the referendum. Everybody must not vote. So these people you see standing on the street, we don't regard them as part of us. We regard them as Nigerians who are going to vote against the referendum. It is a normal. So there are people we know as saboteurs, and we are going to have a law that is going to treat those people. But there are people, those who vote, it doesn't mean that everybody who is going to vote against Biafra is a saboteur. No. We must understand that we are going to present ourselves to the international community as a country and a nation that is civilized. So we are going to embrace civilization. Civilization means that we are not going to start killing people because they did not support us. No, it is we are going to start laying the true foundation of democracy in Africa. So we are going to allow people to make their choice. They can. It is not a must for them to support what we are doing because we are very confident that we are 90% of people, the Biafra people that want to exit Nigeria. So in the voting, they have nothing to do, and so therefore we're not going to start punishing people because they vote against our referendum. Nobody can vote against. But the point is that for today and in days to come and months to come until the day we are going to exit Nigeria, we have 99% of people supporting the Biafra referendum. That's enough. So those small percent that said no, they have the right to say no. We're not going to kill them for saying no. But of course, we know those who are saboteurs. The people like Peter Mbana that is openly fighting against Biafra, people like Hope Uzodinma that is openly fighting against Biafra, and if they don't repent before Biafra come, these are the kind of people that will face the law of Biafra. Thank you.
Ndewo, my prime minister. Sabo Emega Anyaro, Sabo have dealt with us. And that's why it's very imperative that we never forget and we never forgive. So that brings me to my next question, but last question. Because
You need to be fast. You need to be
yes,
fast.
yes, yes,
You need to be
yes.
fast. So we have
Please,
a lot
please,
of your
please give me the
space.
last chance, please. Success. Thank you very much. Please, this my last question is very imperative and is kind of a concern to me and to everyone listening.
Can you just ask
Yes.
question and stop talking all these things because you people are wasting a lot of time. Which one is imperative? Which one is not imperative? Ask your question and let me address you. Thank you.
Okay, my question is before the Biafra self referendum is conducted, are we going to first of all take the census or like a population of the Biafran populace?
We are not taking any population. We are not
Okay,
taking any
okay,
census.
thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you.
God bless you, my prime minister.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Then the next
And,
one.
yeah,
One, your
and
man.
yes,
Success, go
and
ahead.
yeah, let me react to the concern that people used to raise here about the protest yesterday, Peter and Badit. That is rubbish. Those people are not living, they are not from Enugu. And if they are from Enugu, the only protest that they're supposed to have done, which would have be making us to show concern, is go and open your shop, not to be going around the street constituting nuisance. They don't have shop in Enugu. They don't have business in Enugu. They imported them and they came for that very particular mission. And Oluwalemba paid them out of 31 point something billion
38,
that he has
38,
collected
38
from
billion,
the
38.1 billion.
38.1 billion that he collected from the federal government. He paid them from there. The protest didn't yield anything because the people that he organized were not from Enugu and they don't have business in Enugu. The people that have business in Enugu shut down. That's just people should stop raising concern about Uluwalemba's protest. It is nothing.
Thank you very much, Success, for buttressing that point. Thank you very much. Wanyoma, please quickly bring your question, please. Please, I want us to know that we need questions more. Accolades, fantastic, but questions are preferred. Thank you. Wanyoma, unmute yourself, please.
Hello, my Prime Minister. God bless you. I don't have any question per se to ask, but I want to encourage my people from Enugu State. You see all this money Mba is going home with. Mba will soon leave office. All these things he is doing is to create avenue for him to steal more. To start with, Enugu people supposed to be ashamed of themselves. How can Mba enter there? Mba did not see any woman from Enugu State that we heard it. He went and brought his girlfriend to come and direct the revenue you get in Enugu State. And if Mba is going, Mba will not refund you guys all this money. Mba is a criminal. Stand up and fight for yourself. Your freedom is your life. You don't have life, you don't have freedom. You don't have freedom, you don't have life. Enugu State, wake up. Thank you very much, my Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. Prime Minister. Enugu State is not Enugu people is not owing by anything. They never voted for him, and he is not their governor. So whatever he does on his own. Bas policy cannot affect Enugu people by any means, or by any means, because Enugu people are answerable to the Biafran government. And if it is our Prime Minister that went and kidnapped a Yoruba woman now, you would have seen a protest on the street. But if Mba like you should go and kidnap a Fulani and start paying him, nobody cares, because they didn't send him to that very house. And when he is leaving, nobody will care what you left or what you have. It is not their business. They didn't send him work. Thank you.
Actually, that is a fact. That is true. We know that he did not get up to 4,000 votes. Going by the INEC record on their website, he did not get up to 5,000 votes in Enugu State. But of course, when they announced about 100 and something thousand or so, which is a lie, because go to INEC official website today to check the result of votes in Enugu. He did not get up to 5,000 votes. Thank you.
Thank you, my Prime Minister. As we move forward, there's this name here, Brian. You keep opening your microphone. Looks like a Westerner.
I think you can allow him to speak. Allow him to speak.
That's what I'm saying. Please open your mic, Brian, and speak. Brian Martinez. Brian Martinez, you can open your microphone and speak to us or ask us a question. All right, and Success, please take care of that. Echuku Maeze, please, Ilem Longo, unmute yourself and ask a question.
Yeah, good evening, my Prime Minister. Good evening, fellow BIAFRANS, everyone in the house. This is Mazi Chukwumeze from New York. I'm also greeting to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Onyendu Kanu. He's the one he's the main originator of all this. Well, my questions were like this. Firstly, I want to ask our Prime Minister, when Biafra is restored, are we going to confiscate is Biafra government going to pass a bill to confiscate all the wealth of every politician in Biafra land? Are we going to confiscate it both on the homeland and both abroad? Because every money they get, they stole from the people. And that's why we are the way we are, because they don't do nothing for the people. Secondly, Biafra is going to be a role model for Africa. And we are going to be changing the way how freedom fighting is going to be, not just in Africa and all over the world. So, speaking, is Biafra government going to make a statement, number one, by suspending every diplomatic relationship with the United Kingdom, and number two, and number two, are we gonna have a bill that is gonna enable?
You know that I don't know. You are just asking question number two, number three, number two. Let me address your question, please. The number one and number two. Number one, the issue of the people that looted money from Nigeria is not our priority. That is not our biggest problem now. So I'm not going to be here to tell you that we're going to confiscate their property, confiscate their money and all that. No, we're not interested in that at this point. Our interest and focus is to get our freedom first. We are not interested in who looted Nigeria. We're not interested in what they stole from Nigeria. We're not interested, and we're not going to be interested. It is not our priority at this point. When Biafra come and Biafra government decide to do that, that's a different story for another day. But for now, we are focusing on getting our freedom, and we don't care about who is stealing from Nigeria. Nigeria made it possible. Nigeria allowed them to steal, so it's their business. It's not our business. Number two is about the ties with Britain. Whether we are going to cut ties, diplomatic ties with Britain, depends on the role they are going to play during our exit. Thank you.
Can I ask my last question?
Go straight to the question, please, without talking stories.
So the last question is, when we are going to be prosecuting those people that sabotage the freedom of Biafra, we know that most of the people carrying out this atrocity are stooges being used by people from the Western world. And ever since that Hague has been created, no Westerner has ever been jailed there for any corrupt crime. When Biafra is going to be prosecuting all the people that try to derail our freedom, are we going to make a statement by making sure that all those ambassadors that were being used, such as like the UK ambassador, Katrina Lang, and all the rest of them, are we going to make sure that the International Criminal Court include them in the justice trial?
We are going to press for the prosecution of everybody that has served in Nigeria and has hand in the killing of Biafra people. I am telling you, we are going to stop at nothing to see that happen. Thank you.
Thank you, my Prime Minister.
So you got your questions answered. Thank you very much for asking. We have Pastor Samuel. Pastor Samuel, please, can you unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Good evening, family. Good evening, BIAFRANS. Good evening, our Prime Minister. I greet everybody. I have just one question. I know that we have Biafra soldiers in Holland. Now we have a Biafra government in exile. Is there any avenue, any opportunity to say that we can be able to train soldiers outside, like we have you know, if we declare Biafra, I know Nigeria, they will try to resist, they will try to challenge. Is there any other avenue that some people that is outside country that want to be, that should be part of the soldiers? Is there any room say that they can be trained for that purpose? Thank you.
Yes, there is room for that, but we are not at that point at this time. So if you want to be part of it, you wait. When the time comes, we're gonna make it public, and you know who to contact and where to go. So, but at this point, we have enough. We have enough men. We have bees in Biafra land. So we're not needing any external or any people from foreign land to join our army. Our army are gallant, and we overpower Nigeria. We have number Nigeria army and police combined at this point. That's all I can tell you. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you, Pastor. Do you have another question?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. And so many of you that requested to speak is because you have a question or have something to say. But you come into the room and you don't raise your hand. I wonder why. You don't raise your hand to ask questions, but you are the one that requested to come in and speak. It baffles me anyway. I am going to be calling on Solomon. I saw your hand up the other time. Please, if you still have the question, come up with it, please. Okay, maybe you lost internet. That's why your hand was down. Okay, protocol. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Okay, good evening, my Prime Minister. Good evening, BIAFRANS all over. My question is currently now in Anambra. Okay, I'm from Anambra precisely. Currently now, because there is this thing that the Nigerian government are doing with our so-called illegitimate governors. All these tools they have imposed on us. They are using them to destabilize Southeast, to destabilize Biafra land. In order our brothers that are not in the Biafra land, like those people in Abuja, Lagos, because them destabilizing Biafra land, those people won't have the courage to come back. Okay, so currently now in Anambra, there is high rate of insecurity being orchestrated by these Soludo boys. All the criminals, Soludo have given them apron everywhere, even for OP work, everywhere, terrorizing people, kidnapping. So, and this thing will make people trying to come back home to have a change of mind, because when we are urging our people to come back home here and do whatsoever they want to do in Biafra land. But with the current insecurity in Anambra and also in other Biafran states, this will discourage them. So my question is there anything that our PM might put in place to checkmate all this insecurity? That's my question.
Thank you very much. And that's exactly what we are doing. By the time the Biafra de facto government in the homeland take charge, we are going to ransack everywhere, every cranny, every part of Biafra land and restore normalcy. And it's going to happen very soon. So yes, we are working on that. But first of all, we have to evict Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, and every security agent from Nigeria in Biafra land. They are the criminals, they are the terrorists. With them in the street, you can never restore normalcy.
Then, Maz, another thing concerning these Nigerian armies, they are littered everywhere. But for this LP work, for that place,
somebody has to ask question, please. Everyone with one question, please. And
Okay, please, thank you very much. Thank you very much, protocol. And we have fresh speakers in the house. I've cleaned up the house and fresh speakers are here. Let me take the lady first up there. Beautiful flower. Can you please bring up your question, please?
Yes, and thank you for having me. I just wanted to follow up with the last speaker. Do you have a tentative date for the exit of Biafra from Nigeria?
We don't have the date at this point yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Beautiful. Can we have the next speaker, which is the next one will be Lillian. Lillian is a question. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello, good evening, my PM.
Good evening.
I want to appreciate you. Thank you very much for all you are doing.
Thank you.
See, my PM, there is something that is bothering me. I'm calling from Southeast Anambra State. The same thing that our brother said is what we are seeing in Anambra State. But the problem is that I don't know I don't know how I will put it. I don't know how I will put this thing, but the problem that is bothering me here every day, I ask this question, I've not seen the answer.
You have not asked the question, now ask it.
Lillian, can you ask the question? Unmute yourself. Lillian? I think the network hit her out. Yeah, please, I bring in fresh people into the room because I want you to raise your hands. Please do that. I have only 2 hands raised. If I attend to them, you don't raise your hand, I'll clean up the room again and bring fresh people. Onye Mechi Ekperimalogy, please mute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening, my Prime Minister. It's a privilege to speak with you at this point. I have questions, but my questions will come with certain analysis so that my question can properly be understood. The question is, what is the immediate action that is going to be taken against Peter Mba? I don't like calling him a governor because he's not a governor. What is the immediate action that is going to be taken against him to prevent him from doing what other governors like Nyesom Wike, Dave Umahi, Hope Uzodinma did to us? Because what Peter Mba have started in Enugu State is going to become like what happened in River State when Nyesom Wike
Can we not go into analyzing issues of that is not happening at this point? Just ask your question. What are we going to do
Yes, immediate. What is immediate action is going to be taken against him to stop him from doing what others did? Because before he came out to seal people's shop in Enugu State yesterday, he had so many things in mind, and he is not alone. First of all, he didn't win the election, so he's working.
And I will appreciate that people will not come and start making, making things up when the person have not done that. So we know we're analyzing the issue, so we're following it. I will tell you that we know exactly what Mba is planning and what he's trying to do, and we are going to stop him. What we're going to do, immediate action we're going to do is economic meltdown of his government. His government will never know peace from this moment. Believe me. From that yesterday, the government of Enugu will never, Nigeria government in Enugu State will never ever know peace. And Mba sleep has left him. Mark my word. This is a recorded space. You can cut it and send it to him. Sleep has departed from him from yesterday. BIAFRANS are going to liberate themselves from Mba. And like I said, we have opened a new front. So sit back and watch it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right, my friend.
Thank you. They play the show. Thank you very much, my Prime Minister. Now, thank God you guys are raising your hands. It's interesting. Comments, can you please unmute yourself? Excellent, Excel. 3 times I've brought you into this room. You refuse to raise your hands. I don't know why. Comments, please, can you bring your question?
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, hold on, please. Let the comments finish.
All right. Good evening from here, our Honorable Prime Minister, His Excellency. This is my second time of speaking with you on Space for this year, and I'm highly excited for what is happening. I wanted to ask a question on the best next step to take to settle the Oluwole, for two. But I think you have settled it. You were speaking something I have in mind. The whole thing I have in my mind, word by word, you were saying it. Let there be no space for breach for the illegitimate governor. I understand. And I wanted to, and let me just say it somehow. The ANC that he is bringing, maybe that every step he makes should be crippled by the people. For instance, the agency that is in charge of sealing shops need to be dealt with seriously and deeply, so that whenever he wants to take any step, whoever he calls will be running away. That is the process. That is the best way of crippling everything, any step he makes. The agency, anybody he appoints, the person will be dealt with. The information needed for them is not it's not a problem. People in 042 can even give the information that is needed for dealing against dealing with anybody that ever employs for any nonsense or dirty job he wants to play. So thank you very much for even clarifying it that there will be no governor. And he's trying to play the templates of hope. But thank God that we have a rugged man as our leader. That this is not the time of the what do they call it? Democratic way or our democratic approach. You understand, like our leader in the prison. But thank God we have a rugged man in Asilo who whatever steps he take, let it be crippled, so that whomever he calls will tell you, Oga, I cannot go there. And with this, we have already succeeded. Thank you very much, our PM. And to the people, listeners and speakers here, especially people back home, it is in our own duty to abide to the law, to the rules that have been given for the 2 week sit at home. If we get it, let me just say it as I've been saying it in our personal space, we normally do. If we get it 65%, that means Biafra is no longer in exile. It has been activated in our villages. If we get it 60%, let alone when we get it 100% for the sit at home. If you are outside the Biafra land, whatever stipend you have, any penny you have, even if you feel like you are not eating well, that whomever other people can donate, that $1 can count. If you are in Biafra land, you don't need to donate like people outside Biafra land. That your neighbor that you know that sells plantain, that sells okra in this okra season, that sells that perishable stuff that feed from hand to mouth. If you give the person one sachet of Indomie, it goes a long way. Let us key into these rules perfectly so that we can get it 100%. With this, we don't need any referendum again. Don't think that as our PM is saying it, that day of self-referendums, day of self-referendum. This one we are doing now count more than that time we are thinking that the day will come that he will now announce it that, okay, so time is the day of our self-referendum. The one we are doing now counts more. Please, that is what I'm urging everyone here. Thank you very much for giving me time to speak. Thank you very much.
Does our PM want to respond to that? No. Okay,
No,
go ahead.
no.
Please.
I have 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes, please. One minute, please. Let's do 1 minute with the people we have left here. Okay, please, can you unmute yourself and ask a question in 60 seconds, please? Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm calling. I'm from Biafra land here, and I'm Anambra precisely. You know everything that has been going on here. I'm sorry. I greet you, Mr. Raf, Mr. Prime Minister.
Go ahead and ask your question. He has only 5 minutes.
Okay. We know everything that is being happening down here in our side, more especially what happened today at Aba. We see it all. And I thank the soldiers that attacked the police in Nigeria. I also want to thank my Prime Minister. I don't have a question for now. I just want to say hello to him that he's doing a very good job for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, don't greet him. Come and ask questions. Those of you that have questions. Onyeka, quickly, please, in 60 seconds. Onyeka, unmute yourself.
Okay. Thank you, host Raphael. Thank you, Prime Minister. Greetings to all of us of freedom. You see, when I look at the people of Bass caliber, the leaders, the so-called leaders we have, it's very unfortunate when we put these people like Hope Uzodinma, the one in Ebonyi State, and Newsom, These people have done a hell lot of evil to our people. And we are very angry. Now, when we put these people in pari passu with the leaders we had before, people like what's his name, Michael Ekpa in the 1960s, Eastern region was the fastest growing economy in Africa. You look at people like someone like these are the people who had the interest of their people at heart. You look at Caribbean. I believe that the bones of this Caribbean, Michael Ekpa, they are weeping and wailing in their grave and wondering what kind of people are these people. Look at the legacies we left, and these people are destroying everything. My Prime Minister, I thank you for the work we are doing. I know that we are putting pressure on this set of leaders. Mba had 38 billion naira over the past 2 months. Nothing to show for it. And we know that these politicians have done a hell lot of evil to our people. We are putting pressure. I've also seen the sentiments of a lot of Biafrans. People can't wait anymore. Where people are also beginning to. How do we put more news around these people who have held us at ransom and gripped us so that it can hasten what we are looking for? Thank you. That's my question.
We are doing that already. Thank you.
Please, is there any other person that have a question? I want to call on Africa. This name here, Africa. Do you have a question for the Prime Minister?
Actually, I did not raise my hand, and I don't have a question.
Then why did you request to come into the?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Please, there is another person here, Biafra Seed. Can you please ask your question? Biafra Seed, unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. My question is sharp and straight. Please, my PM, can't we have amplitude modulation, that is AM, FM? Because these very people we are fighting, claiming our land, they are always working, having radio on their ears, listening to news. Can't we also have it, this very AM transmitter, so that we don't need transmitter in our land? With that very system, we can be listening to broadcast anywhere we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are working on that.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Now, there are more people in the room now, new people. Prime Minister is just still delaying because you have a question to ask. Raise your hand and I'll call upon you. Excel, Nikki, can you ask your question now?
Know how to raise hand up. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Please, I want to ask this brief question about these those that the shops were sealed in Enugu Ogbete market, and our PM ordered that the shop should be unsealed. So I want to know, because those people that even sealed the shop, they don't even look like Igbos to me. So what if it happens that during the unsealing of the shop and something happens, maybe open fire between them and those that went to unseal the shop? Hello?
We have heard you.
Go ahead and finish your question.
Excel, go ahead and finish your question.
So what if it happens like open fire and truce during that juncture of unsealing and sealing of thing, and it end up, people's life got wasted there? What will be the next action, sir?
They cannot do that.
Did you hear that? They cannot do that.
And I will tell you that mechanism has been put in place. We are going to give him back the heat of his life. In fact, let it just end here.
Okay,
Thank you.
And today was a business day, and I have no report from Enugu that people were arrested opening their shops. So let us keep our fingers across, waiting for updates, please.
Thank you very much, sirs. Owenuzo, can you unmute yourself?
Good evening, my PM. My question is that we can saw the video that Asari has uploaded. I know that video of that 300 people has uploaded is for our sit at home. Prime Minister, what are you putting in place to stop those people that will come to stop at sit at home or kill our people?
I am putting
because
your
those
head in place.
to stop them from coming to
Yes,
Biafra
your
land.
head in place.
Because those. Okay, sir.
Thank you. You're coming here to ask me what am I putting in place. Your head is going to be the bullet I will use to stop them.
That Juju, that is a smart. Smart Dove, please, can you quickly unmute yourself?
All right, good evening, everyone there, especially my PM. My question just is simple. I see some write-up from the military website that they have scattered ESN camp and all of that. They are killing them. They are killing them every day. So I just want to confirm if it is true and what are we going to do to stop all these military people to be operating in our land. That's my
it
only
is really
question.
shameful
Thank you.
that some of you are believing those nonsense they are posting. One day they will post Ebento. Do we use Ebento? Do we use Dengon? We don't use Dengon. We use automatic weapons. We use machine guns to protect our land. We don't use Dengons. They go and arrange people and snap pictures and start sharing to social media. Now ESN is intact. They cannot even near. They don't even know where ESN is. So all those criminals, they will gather them and give them money. Like the one they paraded in Anambra today or yesterday. Some people were coming out from Siena. They were taking picture and taking video, asking the other one to remove his cap. And then another criminal is removing the cap from the other criminal. Have you ever seen anything like that? They bundled them from only God knows where, and they did not remove their cap, only for them to be coming out from the vehicle. And then after somebody asked the other one, remove your cap, the other one removed his cap, and another one helped another criminal to remove his cap. So in all this arrest and all this bundling them, they did not remove their cap. These are criminals who are making pictures, making videos, sending it to governors, and they will say they have captured the ESN, they have captured IPOB, and governor will release 20 million to them or 30 million to them, and they will pocket it. That's what they do. They arrange with some people, they will gather them, snap pictures, snap video, all this vigilante you see in Anambra. That's what they do. All of them are criminals. They will go on when they capture somebody, they arrange with them. They make video, just video and picture, and they send it to governor. The security have captured the ESN, captured this one. They will sort out with the police, sort out with the army, and they will collect 20 million from the governor. That's what they do. So that's why you don't see me actually responding to all those nonsense. We know their modus operandi. Thank you. All right, I think our 5 minutes is over. And I want to thank everyone who were part of this space. There are some certain questions that actually always upset us. You see that we are fighting and stopping terrorists from coming to our land, and you are asking what are we going to use to stop Asari that his men is dying and littering in our bushes. I'm telling him to go and pick all those people he brought to our land. The way other people died is the way these people are going to die. And then you come here to ask me what are we going to use to stop them. So I believe that that's your head. I answered. You don't take it out of context. Thank you very much, everyone, for being part of this particular space today. We are going to join again tomorrow. And always follow us on Twitter, share our tweet as we are coming with more informations, especially on the liberation of Biafra. Those of you who did not make it to speak today, please join us tomorrow on time so that you have the opportunity to ask your question. From here, from me, I say good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Ndewo.
Yeah. This one is sad.
Ndewo, amara ya bala na mma.
Ndewo no. difference like this.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.